It was once said that the ghosts of great civilizations don't whisper, they scream. And if you listen closely, you can still hear them echo through time, resonating in the crumbling stones and overgrown pathways of abandoned capitals that history almost forgot. Imagine standing where rulers and priests once strode with the confidence of conquerors, where marketplaces buzzed with life and laughter, and the clatter of goods changing hands, only to be left behind, silent. In the dust of time today, we journey into the heart of these forgotten seats of power to uncover the stories that textbooks barely whisper and the mysteries that modern scholars still argue over. Our first stop takes us to Cahokia, a sprawling pre-Columbian city that once stood near the banks of the Mississippi River, far more complex and powerful than most realize, with pyramid-like mounds rising into the sky, and a society that thrived long before European ships ever touched American shores. At its peak, Cahokia had a population rivaling medieval London, bustling with trade, religion and governance, yet within a few short generations in human history, it was deserted, its palaces and plazas reclaimed by forests and fields, and the river's slow, relentless march. As we wander through the eerie quiet of Monk's Mound, imagining the thunder of ceremonial drums and the voices of thousands echoing across the plaza, scholars still debate what caused Cahokia's sudden decline. Was it environmental degradation, disease, warfare, or some combination of all three? The soil itself tells a story of upheaval, cornfields laid bare and then abandoned, suggesting a society that may have exhausted the very land that sustained it. It's a haunting thought that reminds us how fragile even the greatest human achievements can be in the face of nature and time. But the mystery deepens as we cross continents to the heart of Southeast Asia, where the vast temples and silent forests of Angkor Thom stand as a monument to the Khmer Empire's once unmatched power. Built in the 12th century by King Jayavarman VII as a capital city that dominated Southeast Asia, Angkor was a marvel of engineering and devotion, its canals and reservoirs and lifeline for the city's people and its temples a testament to their gods. Yet, by the 15th century, this sprawling urban marvel was largely abandoned, left to be swallowed by the jungle's relentless green embrace. Some historians point to climatic shifts and prolonged droughts, others to internal strife or shifting trade routes, but the truth may never be known with absolute certainty. What remains is breathtaking in its beauty and humbling in its solitude. Walking through the corridors of Bayon with its giant stone faces gazing in every direction, it's easy to feel the weight of centuries and the quiet lament of a civilization that once ruled a vast region, but now survives only in moss-covered stones and the whispered tales of those who come to explore its ruins. Yet, as silent and imposing as Angkor seems, it is not alone in its abandonment. Far to the south in Africa, the ancient city of Great Zimbabwe stands as another testament to human ambition and mystery. Once the capital of a powerful and wealthy African kingdom, this massive stone city rose between the 11th and 15th centuries, its towering walls and intricate architecture defying the misconception that complex stone structures in Africa must have been built by outsiders. Here, the builders were local African craftsmen, their legacy etched in every stone that still stands. But why was Great Zimbabwe left behind? Archaeological evidence suggests shifts in trade patterns, internal power struggles, and ecological pressures, each thread weaving into a narrative that remains incomplete even today. Standing atop the great enclosure overlooking the savannah where herds once roamed and traders once gathered, you can almost hear the echo of voices long gone, the laughter of market stalls, debates among rulers, and the footsteps of citizens who made this place their home. And then there's Hattusa, the capital of the Hittite Empire, hidden deep within the rugged highlands of Anatolia, where imperial palaces and sacred temples once bustled with life, diplomacy and strategy that shaped the ancient Near East. The Hittites once rivaled Egypt and Assyria, their chariots feared in battle and their treaties respected across borders. Yet, By the 12th century BCE, Hattusa was abandoned, its limestone walls and monumental gates left to endure the passing of empires. Theories abound: invasions by marauding groups, economic collapse, drought, or a combination thereof. Each possibility paints a dramatic picture of a civilization undone by forces both within and beyond its control. As we walk beneath the Lion Gate, imagining the Hittite king's procession and the cheering crowds that once lined this very path, we confront the slippery nature of certainty in history. What we see now is a tapestry woven from fragments, each piece a clue, yet never quite the full picture. As the journey unfolds, we uncover another abandoned capital that whispers tales of crossroads and conflict. Palenque, in the dense jungles of southern Mexico, an elegant and enigmatic Mayan city where the royal palace and towering temples once echoed with ceremonial chants and the rhythms of Mayan life. Palenque's rapid growth in the 7th century CE was unmatched, but by the late 8th century its buildings were still and its plazas empty, reclined under thick vines that seemed to swallow time itself. Modern archaeologists suggest factors like dynastic upheaval, trade route shifts, or environmental stresses may have brought its decline, yet the true catalyst remains debated, and every uncovered glyph or stone carving brings us closer to, and yet further from, absolute truth. As we thread our way through Palenque's stelae and lookouts, imagining the torchlights flickering against carved stone under a tropical night sky, it's hard not to feel the tension between discovery and loss that permeates so many abandoned capitals. In each of these places, the landscapes themselves become characters in the narrative, from the broad Mississippi floodplain surrounding Cahokia to the emerald jungles cloaking Angkor and Palenque, from the arid savannas around Great Zimbabwe to the rocky Anatolian hills cradling Hattusa, reminding us that geography and environment are inseparable from human history. These capitals did not simply vanish, they were shaped, challenged, and ultimately overcome by the entwined forces of human choice and natural change, leaving us with ruins that speak more eloquently than any textbook ever could, inviting us to ask not just what happened, but why and how, urging us to learn from patterns of rise and fall that repeat across time. The stories of these abandoned seats of power also force us to confront uncomfortable questions about resilience and fragility, the fragility of human societies in the face of environmental shifts, economic transformations, ideological upheavals, and patterns of conflict that echo down through generations. They remind us that even the mightiest capitals, the places where people once believed they could define history, are, in the end, at the mercy of the vast, unrelenting currents of the world around them. And yet, within that sobering truth lies a powerful sense of connection. We stand on the shoulders of those who came before, learning from their triumphs and failures, seeking understanding in their ruins as we strive to chart a more resilient course forward. Before we continue deeper into the forgotten walls and eerie silence of these great capitals, take a moment to like and subscribe and hit that bell notification. Come on, it's a lot easier than deciphering ancient glyphs, and you get all the updates without the curse of a pharaoh's tomb. Your support helps bring more cinematic journeys like this into the world, where history and travel connect in ways that surprise and inspire. As we leave the broken streets of Palenque and move on toward other forgotten power centers like the sun-bleached stones of Persepolis, once the heart of the Achaemenid Persian Empire, and the salt-encrusted ruins of Ani on the edge of the Armenian highlands, each site seems to ask the same question. What does it mean to build something that outlives its builders? Persepolis was sacked by Alexander the Great, its colossal columns and reliefs shattered in fire and ruin, yet its remnants still speak of an empire that once spanned continents, where administrators, artisans, and soldiers mingled in courts of dazzling splendor. Ani's 1,000-plus churches and civic buildings tell of a vibrant medieval capital caught between empires, its fortunes rising and falling with tides of war and trade, ultimately abandoned as borders shifted and economic power flowed elsewhere. In every stone and every empty courtyard there are stories of ambition, devotion, conquest, and loss. Stories that resonate because they reflect the core of human experience, our desire to be remembered, our struggle against time, and the legacy we leave behind. As the sun sets over Persepolis and the shadows grow long across its crumbling terraces, we are reminded that even in ruin, beauty persists, and that each abandoned capital is more than a monument to what was lost. Each is a window into the human spirit's capacity for creation and reinvention. So, as we conclude this cinematic voyage through the abandoned capitals that history almost forgot, let us carry with us not just images of deserted plazas and toppled pillars, but an appreciation for the fragile, fleeting and utterly remarkable nature of human civilizations and the enduring power of travel to connect us with the stories that shaped our world. And hey, before the end credits roll, smack that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. A little click goes a long way and you'll be first in line when we uncover the next lost marvel of our amazing world.